This video is going to demonstrate how you can model multiplication involving two different polynomials using algebra tiles. Now, when you multiply two things together, you can represent the product as the area of a rectangle or even a square. So we have our first polynomial is 2x. Our second polynomial is negative x minus 3. So we're going to set up an area model using algebra tiles. And the way we do that is let's take our first polynomial and we will represent that as the width of a rectangle. So two positive x's going down one side. Doesn't really matter if you chose to put them across the top, but I always start with going down the side for the polynomial outside the brackets. They're positive, so I'm shading them in. If I left it blank, it would be a negative. So my width is 2x. The length is going to be negative x minus 3, so I represent that with tiles. I have a negative x going across the top, and I also have to have 3 negative unit tiles as well. So right here I have negative x minus 3, and over here I have positive 2x. So if I multiply each of these tiles on the side, so if I have x multiplied by negative x, well, if you take two numbers that are the same and multiply them together, the area is going to be the shape of the square. So it makes sense that positive x multiplied by negative x is going to end up with a square shape, but since the signs are opposite, it's going to be negative. So we have a negative x squared, and well, this is the same thing, positive x times negative x, so right here I'll draw another negative x squared. Well, now let's take the positive x and multiply it by each of these 3 negative unit tiles. Positive x times negative 1, well, opposite signs means I'm going to be negative, so 1 times x is just x, and in this case it's negative. Same thing here when I multiply this tile by this tile, and right here as well. And it's going to be exactly the same thing for this positive x times each of our negative x tiles. So let's go ahead and fill these in. They're all going to be negative. So now my area is equal to my width times my length, and I've modeled it out. So it's going to be 2 of my negative x squared tiles, so negative 2x squared. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 6 negative x tiles, so minus 6x. So simplified, this is the product of 2x multiplied by negative x minus 3, and this is what it looks like using algebra tiles.